Hey guys, welcome to this video where we are going to talk about email segmentation. Now, this is a topic that is not talked very much about on whatever online marketing blog you're reading or, whatever blogging stuff you've been reading so far. And it's a fairly complicated and abstract topic. So I am going to do my best to show that to you, but just accept that it's going to probably take a little bit of time to sink in and for you to actually see how you can use that in your business. But don't worry, a lot of the sequences we built for you are actually incorporating a lot of the principles that we are talking about here, and we are going to be a lot more practical when we actually explain the sequences to you, and this is all going to start making sense when you reach that point. So don't worry too much if it's not exactly clear right now. It's going to get better when you actually get into implementing sequences. But let's just get started, okay? So marketing is simple. Marketing is as simple as putting the right message in front of the right people. Now, the problem is that most people in online marketing are focused in the right message and they forget targeting. They just, have the same messaging to everyone on their email list. They have the same messaging to everyone on their audience. And I understand it's actually been very complicated until recently to talk differently to different people, but actually the technology has caught up now. It's just people that need to actually implement this stuff, and because you have access to that blueprint, you'll be able to implement a lot of cutting edge stuff that even the biggest bloggers out there don't have yet, or they're just starting to implement, right? And a lot of people, when I say that, they say, well, but my website is targeted. There's kind of like a main topic and it's okay, like everyone cares about the same stuff. And I'm going to take an example that you all know because I usually don't like taking the example of online marketing. So I'm going to take Authority Hacker in that case because you guys all know it and you guys will all be understand the different targets. But let's do it. So on Authority Hacker, I have people who are newbies and never installed WordPress in their lives. I have people who have been using black hat and gray hat SEO and don't really want to do that anymore. They've been burnt, they've been penalized with Penguin, and they are looking for a white hat alternative to use their knowledge. I have people who are only interested in the funnels I talk about when I talk about tripwire funnels, when I talk about affiliate funnels, etc. This is why they read Authority Hacker. I have people who have loved our Pinterest content, and I have some people that might be Pinterest mini celebrities looking to actually transform their Pinterest expertise into a job. I have people who are working in online marketing. That might be you, actually. A lot of people that are working in online marketing subscribe to Authority Hacker Pro. And so, you don't necessarily have your website yet. You didn't really start anything, but you know that you are, putting the knowledge together that's both helping your career and eventually is going to help you start your own website. And I also have well-established website owners, people who actually run authority sites. Now, should I be talking the same way to all these people? Well, I could to some extent, but that makes my messaging very vague and stuff. And there are ways to talk differently to these different people. And that's exactly what segmentation is about. Now, let's just look at how, the idea is beautiful, but let's look at how in practice this could be done. So really what I would want is the people that have never installed WordPress. I would probably want to create a free guide and say, here's how to set up your website and then make money from affiliate commissions, selling hosting, selling domain names, selling WordPress themes, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff they're going to be buying. For the sales funnel guy, well, I could be selling ClickFunnels and ActiveCampaign as a combo and basically teach them how to put it all together and also make good affiliate commissions. And finally, my established website owners, well, I should be selling Authority Hacker Pro for them. That's who Authority Hacker Pro is targeted to, and that's why it's quite advanced. And that would be the ideal scenario for me. Now, obviously in practice, it's not always the case, but that's where we're trying to go. Now, a little bit of a word of warning before I actually dive into how to do that stuff. Overdoing segmentation is worse than doing no segmentation. So you need to be careful and you need to segment your list only when it's helping your sales. So take the time to plan it and be careful. And let's just talk about how you can actually plan this stuff right now, how you can do that in real life. And the truth is, well, as usual, for anything interesting, it depends. You need to actually map out in your head or on paper how you're going to be segmenting your audience first. And the two ways I like to segment my audience is first by level of expertise. Are they beginners? Are they amateurs that actually have done this stuff a little bit, or are they pros? And for this, I highly recommend you actually build personas for your business. I actually have put one below for Authority Hacker. I've also linked to a blog post from Buffer that does this pretty well. It explains exactly how to do it, which is why I did not explain it in this blueprint. Buffer did it better than me, so go and check out their blog post. So the level of expertise is one, and actually it is the one I use the least. The one I use the most is the sub-niche interest. So imagine that you have a yoga website, then maybe some people are interested in hot yoga, some people are interested in meditation, some people are interested in clean eating and lifestyle. A lot of people that do yoga are interested, but not everyone is interested. And you can see how, as I'm starting to broaden the sub-niche interests, I could be selling a lot more stuff and I could be affiliating a lot more stuff. So maybe you have a yoga site and you're limiting yourself to just selling yoga stuff. But for the people that are interested in clean lifestyle, you could be selling, vegan supplements, and you could be selling, nutrition courses and that kind of stuff. And monetize your audience in a way that wasn't possible before because you actually sliced and diced it properly. So it's pretty important that you actually, think about this in terms of sub-niche and in terms of level of expertise. I highly recommend you actually plan both, and I'm going to show you how we do that on Authority Hacker. And then one thing you need to ask yourself as well is, how is this going to help sell? Is this segment a segment I can sell stuff to? Because if you can't, there is no reason to sub-segment it, because you are going to make your email marketing more complicated than it should be, and that's not good. That complicated is bad in this system. So that's basically the one I have for Authority Hacker. So basically I have online marketing level, newbie, amateur, and pro. I have interest, SEO, social media, email marketing, content marketing, advertising, and funnels. And for example, my advertising sub-segment, I really don't talk too much about advertising at this point. So it's here, but really I don't really use it. However, for example, the SEO one, well, I have quite a bit of stuff, and you can see the ones I have been developing, there actually is some sub-tags in there. And we're gonna see how I actually tag people and how I actually segment these people. That's the next part. How do I actually, once I have my segments, once I have put something like this together, then how do I actually put people into these segments, right? Well, there is really 3 ways you can do that. The first one is the opt-in forms and lead magnets they download. So the way HubSpot does it, for example, is they actually put a lot more fields in their opt-in forms. And you can see that they are checking, what kind of company you are, how many employees you have, that kind of stuff. Obviously, when you make your opt-in forms longer, you get a lot less opt-ins. So you need to be okay if you want to go that way with just having a lot less leads, but you will have a lot more information about them. Another cool thing is, well, depending on what the lead magnet is about, it tells you a lot about the people that download it. So if you have an SEO lead magnet, like I'm going to show you in a minute, well, you can assume that people are interested in SEO, and so you will be able to put them in my SEO sub-niche. If this is about link building, I can also add the link building tag, etc. Another thing that I really like and that very few people use, and we're going to have an amazing sequence about that in the automations, is based on the content that people visit and the links people click. So we are going to be using ActiveCampaign in this blueprint, and ActiveCampaign, as well as a bunch of other more advanced email marketing tools like Entreport and Infusionsoft, let you put a piece of code on your website so that when a subscriber browses it, it actually sees which pages they visit. And so based on the pages that people click through and visit, you can actually start tagging people. So just based on their activity, without asking them, without reducing your conversion rate for opt-ins, you are able to get a good idea of what people like on your website and react to it and promote things based on their browsing history. So that's really powerful. And there's a sequence called the retargeting sequence that is going to be using just that inside the automation I'm going to give you guys. And finally, well, based on the products they buy, and when you sell stuff, you're going to be selling sub-niche products. You won't just sell one big product about the topic of your site. You're going to sell more stuff. Based on what people buy, you will be able to tell what they are interested in, right? So all of that sounds pretty abstract, I'm sure, at this point. So I've actually got an illustration made for you guys to just give you an idea of how this would happen in real life. And if you actually check it out, you see that basically the traffic comes in and a person opts in. Obviously, you need to get their email first to actually be able to start segmenting. And they opt in for an SEO for beginners guide, for example. So in that case, when people sign up, I already know they are interested in SEO and they are beginners. So I'm able to actually tag these 2 things to their record. Then they go and download this, And then maybe the day after, I'm going to email them a blog post about how to grow your Twitter account. And then if they decide to click to visit this blog post, well, I know they are also interested in Twitter. And as a bigger side of things, they are interested in social media. And so the people that don't click on it will not be tagged as interested in social media, but the people that click on it will be tagged as interested in social media. So you can see how I'm starting to like sort my people out, right? Then maybe they read the blog post about Twitter, and I mention a link building blog post at some point. And they click on that link and they go and visit this link building blog post, right? And because I have that piece of code on my website, well, ActiveCampaign is able to tell that this person has also checked out this link building post. And when people actually check the link building post, they get a tag added called link building. And so all of a sudden, that person that has been downloaded this lead magnet has checked out my Twitter post and then has checked out my link building posts, has 5 tags associated with them, which is SEO, beginners, Twitter, social media, and link building. Now, what you can start doing is based on the tags that people get added to, you can actually create automations, which are essentially autoresponders, just a little bit smarter, that trigger based on these tags. Or you could be emailing a broadcast email, so an email that you write punctually, when there is a new Twitter tool coming out and you only email it to the people that are tagged with your Twitter tag. So for example, this automation would say, well, if the Twitter tag gets added to someone, wait one day and email them the promo for a Twitter tool. And so this way, I'm going to put a promo in front of someone that is at least moderately interested into Twitter because they actually wanted to read about that blog post, they checked it out, checked the email, knew it was about Twitter, clicked through and read the blog post. So I am not going to bother the people that didn't care about that blog post, but I am going to put that tool in front of the people that actually liked this blog post. So that's a great way to make sales, to segment your list, and to not piss your list off with promotions that are not related to what they are interested in. So that's what segmenting is all about, and I hope that gets you excited. I hope you see the potential of this, because rather than just blasting your list with promotions, you are able to blast your list with free content, tag people, and then follow up with promotions. And that's the essence of a lot of the things we are going to do in this blueprint. You will see that when we actually blast our list, only 1 out of 4 times do we actually promote a product. The other cases, we actually promote blog posts, we promote lead magnets, we promote webinars, and that's it. So I hope that got you excited about segmentation. There are going to be a few more examples below if you want to check it out. So read below, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson.